you mentioned getting your pitchers going, but to do it against a team that's has been as good as they are offensively, how does that make you feel?
Well, I feel good. I felt good after, Tuesday's game that our bullpen was going to be deeper, and that, our starting pitching was going to do a good job like it has been. And, if we got to a game 3 and it was 1-1, we were going to have enough guys to go out there and help us finish this thing off. And fortunately we were 2-0, and, Morris was kind of the extra guy this weekend. And, but we still need another guy or two. And we got 2 games just in the midweek, Arkansas State, and then we go to A&M, and everyone I've talked to said A&M's better and they're dangerous. And so, there's a lot of season left, but that was a good way to finish off the first half of SEC play.
Stay within the last day or two that it doesn't matter who you're playing. If you pitch as well as your team did Tuesday night, you're going to beat teams. What exactly did you see from them Tuesday night that give you so much optimism?
Yeah, well, it was, like 4 or 5 guys just coming in and throwing the ball where they wanted it, more than one pitch, really good velocity, good tempo. We didn't walk anybody. I mean, we just attacked, and it gives you confidence, as a coach thinking, okay, they just did that. Then we talked about it. You just pitch like that. Doesn't matter what it says across the front of the jersey. You can get people out. And, that's what Zach did today.
What was your perspective on the play where they called Joe Bear out when he wasn't in the box? And then do you think that maybe gave y'all some momentum? Because I think it was that next half inning y'all got to him.
Yeah, I think he'd already been warned. I know he got warned once or twice, and maybe yesterday, the day before. I don't know if he'd been warned today. I don't know how the rule reads it if you get warned the day before once in a series, but he walked away and it looked like he was frustrated, and umpire told him to get back in. He just took his time, and I think he told him to get back in again, took his time, slowly started getting in, and Jeff Head called strike 3. So I think, I don't know how much momentum it gave us, but it gave them one less swing with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. And he's a good hitter. So it frustrated them. And then, we came in. I mean, I think their pitcher came out and walked our leadoff man on 4 pitches. And so that's where it all started.
You mentioned being halfway through the league schedule. Are there areas that have exceeded even what you thought maybe they could do? And then also, are there areas you can still get better at the second half?
I think that it's been a little bit of, I'm not going to pinpoint anything. I think our starting pitching has been very consistent. I expect those guys to be lights out every time they go out there playing good teams with good hitters. I just want them to compete. I think the bullpens continue to get better. The defense has been solid all year. We made 1 error this weekend. And there were some difficult plays. So, no, I feel good about where we are. I said it a couple of weeks ago, and everybody's panicking about our offense or this or that. I said, we're fine. We're going to get better. We're right where we need to be. Better days are in front of us. And I still believe that. We play a bunch of SEC Western Division teams the next couple of weeks. And, it's going to be a battle. We're not going to win them all, but we're going to play hard every game. Our pitchers are going to compete, and I think our offenses continue to climb. We only struck out twice yesterday. Today we struck out 5 times. There's some pretty good stuff coming at us. So, really good job by the offense this weekend as well. Just fighting, getting pitch counts up, frustrating, pitchers because they can't put us away. And I think it all leads to what happens maybe the last day, which was today, which is, bullpen they used a lot 2 days ago.
You might start in the 2 games against Arkansas State this week.
I'm not sure 100%, but maybe one of the guys that threw last week started on Wednesday. So you can look that one up. That'd probably be one of the 2 days.
Do you approach this midweek like you've approached the last couple, getting more playing time for some of the position players?
Well, definitely at the catcher position. we're gonna play our guys. They've got tonight to rest. They got Easter off, light workout on Monday, and these guys want to play. They want to play. If you're a baseball player, you want to play. And there's some guys that I'll discuss some things with, about taking a day off or not starting, maybe come off the bench if we need you. But we need to put our guys out there. They need to stay sharp, and that's the plan going in. And then you can't just you got to. It doesn't matter who you're playing; they can beat you, and you guys got to go out and play well.
Yeah, Dave, LSU, I think, came in with a 75-36 series advantage, so I don't think Arkansas was probably ever going to catch them. But you guys are 7-2 against them the last 3 years. And I remember after we asked you about, you guys having a long winning streak against Mississippi State, you kind of reference, hey, somebody's done it to us. Think you know who it is? Probably LSU, I assume. So you're talking about, I mean, how good is it? You haven't swept them since 2011. It's only fourth time ever. Norm did it once. You've done it 3 times, I guess. How good is that to kind of turn that thing around?
Well, honestly, I mean, and I am being honest, I don't really pay attention to it. I just try to win every series. I mean, yeah, if you were 3-15 against somebody after, what would that be? How many ever series? It would be very frustrating, obviously, but it's just trying to win every weekend. And I tell our guys, they all count the same. Now it's great to sweep LSU because they're a ranked team. It's going to help our RPI. I mean, you could go on, and the fans love it. But I mean, I don't get all carried away with it. I didn't go crazy with the team. I just told them Happy Easter, and you guys just swept LSU. Great job. We'll see you Monday. And that's probably the end of it. So moving on to the next week.
And Arkansas State series, assuming we're not going to get you before then. Obviously it's a big deal to them. I think they're 7-24, so they're not having a great year, obviously. But you were a guy that pushed for these in-state series, and the ULR game, that first one went bad, but ever since, I think you guys have won every one of them. Just how do y'all approach the series? How do you think it's been playing all the in-state teams?
I like it. I think it's good for the state, obviously, and I think it probably makes it easier for us scheduling wise, because it's tough to get teams to come here in April, midweek games. I mean, teams that travel in March, they're trying to avoid weather or whatever. And then, maybe we have a home and away with Missouri State or someone in the region, but it gives us more of an opportunity to stay at home. It's hard enough playing on the weekends when when you got to play the competition that we do. If you can stay home and play somebody on a Tuesday and a Wednesday or one of those days, you feel a little more rested, even though you're going to, head way off to Florida or wherever the case may be and play. So, yeah, I mean, they give us a great effort, the in-state schools. And, I told our guys a couple of years ago when we started playing them, we're not going to beat these people every time. They're going to beat us. It's baseball. And, Arkansas State, yeah, they've struggled a little bit this year, but they just I know going into today, they were 2-0 against Little Rock in 2 one-run games. And I thought Little Rock was pretty good. So you take a day off, you'll lose mentally. So mentally you take a day off and you'll get beat. So, but I'm looking forward to the games on Tuesday. It's that time of the year. We only got a few weeks of school left, and hopefully the weather will be a little bit warmer and we're playing baseball.
You had a nice conversation with Dick Hughes before the game,
Yeah.
and your players came out, formed a handshake line. I wonder just kind of what you thought about that whole scenario, seeing him come back after all these years, and what that's been like being around him today.
It was really nice, get to, just meet him, number one, thinking about a guy that been in the big leagues, played here, but hasn't been back to campus for such a long time. I mean, basically I met his wife, asked him how long they had all been married. I'm about 20 years behind him, but it's amazing to see that these days. And, asked him what he was up to. And he told me that, he's kind of had cattle and different things. And, it's interesting, and I don't know his age, but shook the man's hands, got some big hands, and they're strong. And sometimes, you don't lose your strength. And that guy's worked. And I really enjoyed talking with him.
He's 84.
Wow. It's amazing.
We're just glad to be up to anything.
What do you mean, Bob? I mean, what are you talking about there? I don't know.
As your job.
Okay, am I done?